Okay guys, so now we're going to hop into Atomic Email Hunter. Really fast, I just open up an Excel file. This is, there's a million different ways to do it. If you have an email software already, that's phenomenal. Then you don't need to worry about posting it in an Excel file or anything like that. You can either throw it in an Excel file and then throw it all in, or you can just throw them all into your email software, your email service provider, or whatever the case may be. I'm going to throw them, I use Gmass. I love Gmass. I also use Aweber. That's probably, in my opinion, the best automation software. MailChimp's great too. There's a bunch of other ones for sure. But I like Gmass for this just because I can kind of remain inconspicuous and I can send out targeted emails in a fashion that isn't automated, so that I can respond, because I've found that it's a little bit easier to target with Gmass or not target but retarget with Gmass and kind of figure out which emails are responsive when I do my multiple layer retargeting campaigns. Because that's the best way you can kind of check for the open rates and then put them into your automations if you want to. I'm also a big proponent of, if you have smaller email lists, not to put them in automation software, because people aren't stupid. They're actually relatively smart, and most people at least, and they know, people can tell when you're getting an automated response, or if you're getting an actual generic response from a human. And so I feel like that pays dividends when people, depending on what you're marketing. If you're marketing a high ticket item, you might get some responses about that, in some inquiries like, how'd you get my email, or what's the deal with this, or asking you if they're already targeted email lists and that they're interested in what you're selling them, which is more than, that's 75% of the battle, and that's exactly what this course teaches. You're going to potentially get some emails back that say that are asking you about the product, asking you more in depth how you feel about it, why you're promoting it, or something like that. And it goes a long way when you respond back to them and you tell them that. So it's a good thing to understand what you're marketing to. That's another little caveat. You need to know a little bit about what you're selling in case you get those questions, because you'll know, if you know anything about sales, those people are definitely qualified leads. If they're asking you questions, they're interested, and that's a chance for you to make a sale right there. So you're not going to want to throw them an automation message back. You're going to want to respond to them. Little caveat there. I threw those first 5 or 6 emails into an Excel because why not? We got them off Facebook. Why not? All right, so now we're going to jump into some automation software with, sorry, Jesus, with some Atomic Email Hunter automation. So I'm going to show you how cool this is. This is really, really cool. This is going to blow your mind. You can search through search engines. You can do a million different things. You can search on Craigslist, LinkedIn, Yelp. There's a million different ways to do it. It's very cool. But for the purpose of this course, I'm just going to give you a broad overview of it. You can type any keyword in here. So I'm going to go with Amazon. Let's try passive income. Let's see what comes up with passive income. So all I do is I type passive income into this because it's already cracked. You don't have to worry about setting anything up. Everything's set up for you. Literally just type in passive income, and you can get more involved in this in the future. You can go search engines, you can go mailboxes, you can target Craigslist or LinkedIn, like I said, or Yelp even. Very cool stuff. But what I like to do is I like to just type in, different search terms, pull up email lists of like 1,000, put them in an Excel file, then type a search term in that's relative to passive income. So maybe I'll go make money online. Maybe I'll go, there's a million different ones, but you can literally type in like 10 to 15 different things and then just build and then throw them all in an Excel file and build a long targeted email list. And then you can, once you get the info, you can retarget back to that. So it's very, very cool. Very, very cool method. I'm going to show you how it works in a second. And then, that will be how you build your email list. And like I said, you can use Google AdWords if you need to come up with ideas with, search terms related to it. So with that being said, let's hit the start button. And then you're just going to see search email addresses on the web by keywords through passive income. It's basically just an okay thing. Just hit next. And I'm just going to let this run for maybe a minute. We're going to sit here. We're going to let this run. And you can obviously, like I said, let this run while you're sleeping. You don't have to worry about anything. It's literally pulling the emails up. Let's pull this over for you so you can see them. Pulling the emails up here. And you can see it's found 3. It's literally scouring the web for URLs with emails, posts, photos, anything related to passive income that it deems related to that. It's going to find these. Now you'll notice that some of these emails are government agencies, or some of them are some things that you wouldn't necessarily want to target. So with that being said, What you need to do is you can either go through manually and delete them later on. I'll show you how to, promote or perfect that through Excel. But essentially, I would just stress you not to worry about that, because the way I teach it is to kind of create a Gmail that's inconspicuous, that doesn't have your name attached to it. So it won't really matter if you send an email to those people, because they're just going to disregard it anyway. All these emails are burnable. It's not spam necessarily, because these people are already interested in it, but you can see some of these are coming from Huffington Post, other places, but you'll see how fast this builds. And you can imagine that if this is doing this while you're sleeping, it can build you, email lists of tens of thousands, and it literally is only limited to your imagination. You can do this as much as you want. There's no limit to this. So you can build email lists of, however many you want that are extremely targeted, and just continue to do that, and it will make you money. So with that being said, guys, I'm actually going to, and you see sometimes it pulls up really fast emails like this, like updated Scott Todd on, this one doesn't necessarily look that great, but it could be. I would stress for you not to necessarily worry too much about the the authenticity of some of the emails. Just send an email to them anyway. Especially with GMS, it's either going to bounce it, or you'll know for the future after your first campaign, and then when you retarget, you won't send an email to that. That's how you're going to find out. That's how you're going to scour it. But I'm actually going to stop the video here, so we're not going to sit here for a little bit. I am going to let this run for like 5 minutes or so. We'll see how many it comes back with, just in a 5-minute span, which is no time at all. And then we'll remarket to them in future lectures, and I'll show you exactly the process that I go through of how to fix and build and scrape the emails once you get it from here.